And something that was scary for me to watch as a Matt Hardy fan was last year, your match versus Sammy Guevara at All Out. He speared you off the table, but you kind of missed the table. So we understand the entertainment aspect of wrestling, but there is some stuff that happened in that match that maybe you didn't really plan so much. So tell us just kind of what was going on backstage when you hit your head hard, what's going through your mind and what's going on. What is the mood backstage when that you had that head injury?
Well, I'm sure it was terrifying to the audience. I'm sure it was terrifying to you and everyone else. And it really was. It was one of those things where we had decided to take a big chance in the match, and it was a scenario where it didn't pay off. And there were a couple of things I think we're going to change, maybe the positioning of the table or where the lift was going to go to, whatever. And ultimately, I take all the blame for that. And it ultimately ends up being my fault when it's all said and done. But the thing about it is that people have to remember wrestling is athletes out there being live stuntmen, more or less, whenever we're doing our acts and we're entertaining people. And, you know, what if I had jumped off the top of the cage and did the leg drop to edge and my pelvis would have exploded? Or what if when I had taken one of the big bumps in the TLC match, I would have broke my neck? I mean, bad things can always happen. I think AEW learned a very valuable lesson in that exchange. And I think if someone gets knocked unconscious in a match like that again, it will definitely be stopped from that point on. And that is the right thing to do. But in this scenario, I was able to get my wits back about me very quick, and we finished the match. And it was also tricky also from AEW and Tony Khan's perspective, because it was also a match where if I lose, I'm supposed to leave AEW because I had the stipulation on it. So there was a little bit of leniency as far as that goes. So we got through the match, and ultimately ended up being 100% okay. And I was very lucky and very fortunate in that way, but it was also a great learning lesson for AEW and also myself as well, as far as like being on top of things. And that is on me. That is my fault. So if you're going to be upset at anybody, be upset with me. But with that being said, always remember, pro wrestling is a sport where the athletes take risk day in and day out. And sometimes bad things are going to happen because we're taking these outrageous chances.